Hey there out there, Chef Jerome Judge here, aka Chef Big Head. Welcome to another episode of Recipes Off the Rails. Alrighty, and welcome back to the Bloated Chef LLC. Chef Jerome Judge here, aka Chef Big Head, of course. And look at the busy board. We've got bacon. Looks like a little lobster base, some clams. We've got fresh herbs, thyme, and rosemary. We've got our mirepoix. We've got shrimp and clam juice, about 6 cups worth. Looks like a New England style clam chowder to me, Bloated Chef style. And we're going to go against tradition a little bit here and use some lobster base. And now we'll take care of a little maintenance on our russet potatoes. I got 2 big fat ones. I'm going to dice those up into about a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch, and then add those to some heavily salted water. Did you hear me? Heavily. And then, of course, we'll work on our fresh herbs. We'll get those all broken down and chopped nice and fine. Now let's execute, shall we? There's a 1/4 cup of unsalted butter. We're going to add a tablespoon of some good old-fashioned bacon fat. Get that melted, get that swirled around, and then we're going to add that bacon into there. I'm going to let that go for a few minutes, and then it starts to caramelize and render all that good fat out of there. And here's a savvy secret Mr. Bill Tierney once taught me, my old next-door neighbor. Perfume that bacon fat with your bay leaves. Difference, believe it or not. Alright, so our spuds have come to a boil. We reduce the heat. Now we're going to shut it off, and 20 minutes later, we're going to strain them out and let them get good and dry. Now then, from here, we're going to remove that chopped bacon. We're going to add our mirepoix vegetables. We're going to get those nice and sauteed, covered, and translucent. We're going to add it'll add up to about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. We'll get that perfumed for about 2 minutes. We'll add our fresh herbs, a lot of thyme, and a pinch of rosemary. And we'll let that go until it's time our flour. And we'll do so. Stir that up until we have a nice roux, and we'll cook that for about 6-7 minutes more. Alrighty then, now we'll add our combination clam juice shrimp stock mix, about half of it right now. We'll work that in, get that paste nice and smooth. And as we do so, we're scraping the bottom of that pan, very important. And we're continuing to mix, because eventually, after second and third, we're now going to add the last little bit of that stock mixture and whip that up real good. Now, we'll take about 1.5 tablespoons of that lobster base, add it to that about 4 cups of water, which is a quart, obviously. Mix that up, and then that's going right in, and that's going to be our finishing mixture for stock. Alright, this looks good enough to eat right now, but now it's time to add the star of the show, these little New England baby little neck clams. Yes, and now we're going to cream that with about 2 cups, if not maybe 1 3/4 cups of good heavy cream. Continue to mix that around, and then we'll add that chopped bacon. Second to last step. Okay, third to last step. We'll knock out some more whipping. Remember, scrape the bottom of that pan at all times. And now I pay homage to my dearly departed mentor, Arthur Roebuck, as we drop a tablespoon of butter and a teaspoon of bacon grease on top. Now we'll squeeze the juice of half of one lemon to cut through all that unbelievable richness. We'll add our green onions in and give it a good old-fashioned stir. This is looking amazing. And now the finishing touch. Add your hot sauce of choice. Mine is typically sriracha.
Blazing hot. Right off the bat, you get a combination between the combination clam and shrimp stock, and then that lobster stock that we threw in there with the lobster base. It's so subtle, but it's right there. And then that lemon at the very end cuts through it all. Now, I love a lot of pepper on my chowder, so you may not like it, but I do. This is dynamite. I hope you enjoyed this. Coming next, for you non-red meat eaters, smoked salmon. And for my my vegetarian friends, charred stuffed eggplant. Hope you enjoyed this one. Look for the next one. Peace and love, everybody.
All right, good people. Time to head over to my YouTube channel at The Bloated Chef LLC, of course. Smash that subscribe button. Maybe graze over that like button. Let's start getting to 1,000 subscriptions. We're doing it for charity's sake. Thanks so much.